Welcome to an in-depth exploration of the rise and potential fall of what many consider the greatest American empire, the United States of America. This journey will delve into pivotal moments in history, focusing on the establishment and evolution of the Federal Reserve System, its profound influence on the American and global economy, and the multifaceted challenges that have led some to foresee the decline of this colossal power. From its inception in 1913, to the complexities of the modern era, we uncover the intricate web of factors that could spell the collapse of this American behemoth. Our story begins in the year 1913, a landmark year in American history. This was the year the Federal Reserve System was created, a central banking system designed to provide the country with a safer, more flexible, and stable monetary and financial system. The Federal Reserve Act was signed into law by President Woodrow Wilson on December 23, 1913. This act established the Federal Reserve System, comprising 12 regional Federal Reserve banks governed by a board of governors. The Federal Reserve was tasked with managing inflation, regulating banks, and ensuring the stability of the financial system. The aim was to prevent the banking panics that had plagued the U.S. economy in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Despite its intended role, the Federal Reserve faced its first major challenge during the Great Depression. Critics argue that the Fed's policies at the time may have exacerbated the economic downturn. Contractionary monetary policies and a failure to act as a lender of last resort led to widespread bank failures and economic hardship. However, the New Deal and World War II eventually spurred recovery and growth. Following World War II, the United States entered a period of unprecedented economic growth. The Federal Reserve's role evolved to manage inflation and support this booming economy. This era saw the rise of the American middle class, substantial advancements in technology and infrastructure, and the establishment of the U.S. dollar as the world's dominant currency, bolstered by the Bretton Woods Agreement. The 1970s brought new challenges, including stagflation, a combination of high inflation and stagnant economic growth. The oil shocks of 1973 and 1979 highlighted the vulnerabilities of the global economy. The Federal Reserve, under Chairman Paul Volcker, implemented aggressive monetary policies, notably raising interest rates to unprecedented levels to combat inflation. These policies, though painful, eventually succeeded in stabilizing prices. The 1980s and 1990s were marked by deregulation, globalization, and technological innovation. Under the leadership of Alan Greenspan, the Federal Reserve supported policies that promoted financial innovation and market deregulation. This era saw the rise of global trade, the dominance of multinational corporations, and the proliferation of complex financial instruments, which increased economic growth but also systemic risk. The 2008 financial crisis was a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities within the financial system. The collapse of major financial institutions such as Lehman Brothers and the ensuing economic turmoil led to unprecedented interventions by the Federal Reserve, including massive bailouts and the introduction of quantitative easing to stabilize the economy. The Dodd-Frank Act was passed to prevent a repeat of such a crisis, but the effectiveness of these reforms remains a topic of debate. In the present day, the United States faces numerous challenges that some believe could signal the decline of its global empire. Political polarization has deepened, social unrest has become more frequent, and economic inequality has widened. The national debt has reached unprecedented levels, and the Federal Reserve continues to play a crucial role, managing monetary policy in an increasingly complex and interconnected global economy. The COVID-19 pandemic added further strain, necessitating unprecedented monetary and fiscal responses to support the economy. Technological advancements, while driving economic growth, have also disrupted traditional industries and job markets. The rise of automation, artificial intelligence, and digital currencies presents both opportunities and challenges. The Federal Reserve's policies must adapt to these rapid changes, balancing the need for innovation with the potential risks to economic stability and employment. As emerging economies like China and India continue to grow, the United States faces increased competition on the global stage. The geopolitical landscape is shifting, with alliances and economic partnerships being tested. The Federal Reserve's actions not only impact domestic markets but also have significant implications for global financial stability. Maintaining the US dollar's status as the world's reserve currency is critical, but increasingly contested. Socioeconomic issues, including healthcare, education, and housing, remain critical challenges. Addressing these requires coordinated efforts between the Federal Reserve, government agencies, and the private sector. Environmental concerns, particularly climate change, are also becoming central to economic planning. The transition to a sustainable economy will require substantial investment and innovation, areas where the Federal Reserve's policies will be pivotal. The story of the American Empire and the Federal Reserve System is a complex and evolving one. From its creation in 1913 to the present day, the Federal Reserve has navigated numerous economic storms and periods of prosperity. As we face the future, the resilience and adaptability of this American institution will be tested like never before. The question remains, can the United States overcome its current challenges and maintain its position as a global leader? Or are we witnessing the slow decline of an empire? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, the interplay between economic policy, political will, and societal change will shape the destiny of this great nation.